Hi, welcome to my channel. Sometimes the biggest things are the easiest things to manifest because you don't hold on to any resistance because you almost think they can't happen. So I'm just going to give you an example of that, something that happened with me. This was purely experimental, purely sort of doing it, not expecting anything at all, almost expecting the opposite really. And it still worked. So basically, I'm not a huge tennis fan particularly. The only time I really watch the tennis is the Wimbledon final, but I kind of like the look of it and I just like everything about it. But Jeremy is a real fan. He loves tennis and he will watch any sort of tennis match that's on the TV, and he loves Wimbledon, and he takes that 2 weeks to kind of like have a bit of time off, but work with his computer on his lap and watch Wimbledon. And I just was thinking of things that I could manifest that are a bit out there that will probably be quite unlikely. And I thought going to Wimbledon. I would like to manifest going to Wimbledon. I was thinking of it more for Jeremy than for me. I thought it'd be nice for him, but I thought it'd be a brilliant experience. That would be great. But I know it's hugely expensive to go to Wimbledon, and I know it's very difficult to get the tickets, I thought. My intention was that I would go to Wimbledon, but it would be a surprise. So I wouldn't have to arrange anything because I didn't want to look into it in that detail. I just wanted it to appear on my lap. And I thought about it, had the intention of it. Again, didn't really expect it to happen, but thought that would be cool. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. So a little while later, not that long later, Jeremy and I have a business, but he also has a business with someone else, another guy. But they've been like working together for a long time, but only business partners for a year or so. Anyway, basically that guy, who I know very well too, bought, I think it was 9 tickets for Wimbledon. Just bought 9 tickets for Wimbledon. He got some sort of good deal, but still really expensive for 9 tickets. I can't remember the exact kind of details about why he's bought them, but anyway, he bought these 9 tickets and basically he gave one to me and one to Jeremy. So I wouldn't have minded if it was just Jeremy. I kind of was quite surprised to get one too, because I was really doing it for Jeremy. And then Jeremy's like, if you want to come, and I was like, yeah, of course I want to come. The experience, so it's centre court for the quarterfinals. I mean, how cool is that? And I literally did nothing. The only downside, is not a downside for us at all, is I don't think his wife actually, who has actually become a friend of mine, I don't think she was very happy about it, because I think he did it and then didn't tell her until he'd done it. So I'm thinking, oh my God, like I manifested that, would that have even happened if I hadn't thought about it? Maybe, but we wouldn't have necessarily got a ticket, So that was quite a huge thing, really. I mean, yes, I know it's just a trip to Wimbledon, but it was on a whim, really. It was on just a slight intention, a bit of an experiment, and me thinking, really having that feeling, I can't see how that can happen, even though I know it's totally possible, and I know with the way that I am, it's probable, really. But I can't say that it was a pure intention with none of that going on. It was not an opposing thought, because there's no reason that I didn't want to go. There was nothing in me that said, but I don't really want to go because this. Nothing like that. It's the opposing thoughts that are the issue, really, not the other stuff where you think, I can't see this could happen, I don't think this is going to happen. That doesn't make any difference. And this just proved it. So anything is possible, and you do not have to expect your manifestation. You don't have to believe in it. I mean, you have an element of belief when you kick in an intentional manifestation, because you wouldn't bother otherwise. So you do have that element of belief, but often you don't have any expectation. And this was fairly huge. I mean, it's not a huge life event, but it's kind of a huge thing that you would think, well, how can that happen? I'm not going to pay for a ticket, so how is that going to happen? And this is how it happened. So there you go. It wasn't, I think it was I reckon, since I put in the intention, it was about 2 weeks afterwards when Jeremy said, oh my God, guess what? And I never told him that I'd done it. It was just completely in here. So I think it was instant, because I think all manifestation is instant. So we're instant in this. I have the intention for it, I have the feeling of it, and immediately the guy in question thinks, oh, I'm going to buy Wimbledon tickets in that moment. So I do believe, because he would have had to, pretty much, because it was like 2 weeks after when he actually had the tickets and invited us to go. So we would have had to have done it in that moment. So I believe, I have the feeling, then it immediately kickstarts reality. Okay, what do we need to do so you can get that? Right, you can do this. And actually, now it's happened, now I think, yeah, actually he's very generous like that. He is that kind of person. So it was probably, I do feel that we get these things based on what's going on within us, so what we know about people and what we know about life, and it kind of like the subconscious goes, oh yeah, this person's generous, this person would do that, so we'll do it this way, something like that. I don't know, but that's kind of what it feels like to me. As I've manifested things in the past, I can see when they manifest, like, yeah, that kind of makes sense to me that it would happen that way. Not always, sometimes I'm like, whoa, what the hell, but often I know that it's something that's been gathered here inside. I was a little bit hesitant about making this, and I don't think for a minute he's ever seen any of my videos, but because I kind of felt a bit like, oh, he sees this and thinks, oh right, it's down to you that I'm so many thousands of pounds down in the bank account. You know, again, that goes into free will as well, doesn't it? A discussion about free will, but we won't go into that now. So what I wanted to say in this video is, look at that as an example of expectation not being necessary. And actually, if I'd have started to try to expect it, I don't think it would have happened. I don't think we'd have those tickets now. I don't think we'd be going, because it becomes that sort of negative expectation where you're so observing that you don't have it and you're waiting for it in a slightly negative way. So it's not a positive sort of optimistic excitement. It's like, where is it? Oh, okay, another day's gone by, it isn't here yet. So, and then time would have gone by and it would have gone over the Wimbledon time, but it wouldn't have happened, and I'd gone, okay, that's not going to happen. Probably would have happened next year. Would have happened at some point, I truly believe that. But so that is what's happened. So I am going to Wimbledon quarterfinals, centre court, really, really chuffed about that, and chuffed about how kind of easy that was. I didn't have any kind of fear about it or anything, because it was like just a nice trip and something interesting to do, and something that I knew Jeremy would absolutely love and be a really great experience for him. Great for me, but doubly great for him. So I had that kind of, I really want it, and I've spoken about this in a short actually, and it's this: do you really, really want this thing? And when I don't mean you have to have a huge passion for wanting it, but do you want it above anything else? So, or do you have stuff like, I want it, oh, but if I had it, this might happen and that might happen. Let's say you want to change your career, for example. You want to do something really amazing and put yourself out there, but you have a huge fear about putting yourself out there. And I don't know, a bit like me with the YouTube channel initially, but I don't want people commenting, I don't want people having opinion about me. Well, whilst you've got that opposing belief and feeling, that is what's going to hold you back, because you aren't going to experience what you want because you don't have the pure wish for it. A pure wish for it is like, I just want that. Yeah, I know there's all this other stuff going on that I feel a bit, but I don't care about that. I'll get over that. I will get over that. So your actual wish for the thing is stronger than all of that other stuff. Or maybe you don't have that other stuff. So if you just have a pure wish for something, I really, really want that, and you just know that you want it above all else, well, not above everything else in your life, but you just want it. You just want it, I guess. If you just want it, which I did, I just wanted it, then nothing else was going to hold it back, because I didn't have any opposing thoughts. I didn't have, oh my God, what if I go and I drop strawberries and cream all over my lap, and that'd be awful. It wouldn't be, but do you know what I mean? And there was nothing there holding me back at all. I don't know that opposing thought would have held me back, but do you know what I mean? Something in opposition to the thing that you want, to the vibration and the energy that you want, an opposing energy, basically, to put it into its simplest terms, I guess. Anyway, this was just a short video. I hope that this was useful. Expectation not necessary. Thank you so much for watching, and I'd hugely appreciate it if you decided to subscribe to this channel.